Hello there, welcome to the Jordan era 82-0. My first spin is going to determine what team I control because it's not all the teams. The Chicago Bulls. What other way to do this 82-0 challenge than be the Chicago Bulls? They dominated the Jordan era. It's called the Jordan era for a reason. All right, so the Jordan era had a bunch of good players. I think it was really top heavy though. So let's see what kind of players we get. Our first spin, we're gonna get the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right, so the Cavs had Larry Nance, Steve Kerr, Craig Elo, Mark Price, Brad Daugherty, but I'm gonna go with Mark Price because he's a knockdown shooter, and of course you always need shooters on your team. That's not the best first pick, but he is a solid player, so I'll take him. Might be my sixth man. That's a solid pick. My next pick is gonna be from the Minnesota Timberwolves. All right, so the Timberwolves' best players in 80 overall. I have no choice but to take him. It's Tony Campbell. He's a small forward. He is definitely gonna be my sixth man. He is not getting any minutes. All right, so we're definitely gonna need to get our next four spins to be really good. I got the Orlando Magic. All right, so the Magic had a couple good players. They had 3D. They had Scott Skiles, who has the all-time assist in a single game record. He had 30 assists. But I have to go with Nick Anderson, who was their best player at the time. He did ruin their chances to win the finals. He missed 3 free throws in a row, and he's like their best player. But I have to take him. Hopefully, he won't do that for us. I mean, our team needs a star player. Hopefully we get a star player right here. The Los Angeles Lakers. Let's see who we can get from the Lakers in the Jordan era. This team had Magic Johnson and James Worthy, but there were only 89 overalls in this game. So I know if I don't take Magic Johnson, I take James Worthy, everybody's gonna be flaming me. So I'll take Magic Johnson. He's 32 years old. And I mean, that's some star power, but we need a carrier. So our fifth pick, we gotta get someone who can score the ball on our team. The Charlotte Hornets. There's really only 3 options for the Charlotte Hornets. It's Larry Johnson, power forward, small forward, really big, really buff. Was in Space Jam. Del Curry, which is Steph's dad, really good shooter, and Muggsy Bogues. But I need a big man at this point, so I'm gonna take Larry Johnson. He was their best player anyways, and he looks super cool in the uniform. Before our sixth and final spin, please hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. We are on the road to 100K. Hopefully we get to 50K by the end of the year. It's up to you to help me get there. Our sixth and final spin is basically got to be our best player. Let's see who it is. From the Utah Jazz. You already know who we got to pick. We don't really need John Stockton because we got Magic Johnson. So that means we're taking Karl Malone, the mailman. Maybe a top 5 power forward of all time. Maybe. All right, so this is how the squad is looking. We got Mark Price starting at point guard because he's our shortest guy. I don't really want him on the wing guarding the other wings in this era. Nick Anderson, pretty solid 2 guard. Magic Johnson's at the small forward, so he's more versatile. He can play big, small, whatever. He's like our point forward. Larry Johnson at the 4 and Karl Malone at the 5. We're big as a unit, but we're small in the front court. Small, we're just short. 6'9", 6'7", 6'8". Magic 6'9". Nick Anderson 6'5", 6'6", and Mark Price is 6 foot. So he's shorter guard, but everybody else is big for their position except Karl Malone. But Karl Malone is Karl Malone. How many times did I say Karl Malone? But that's the lineup. And for our first month, apparently we don't play on Sundays, Wednesdays, or Saturdays. It's all weekdays. Is that a thing? Wow, we don't. That's crazy. I guess there's like stuff to do that people gotta watch. So let's simulate until Christmas, December 26th. Let's go past Christmas, December 27th, and let's see how good this team is. Holy cow! We are losing on Thursdays, but this team is really good. This is better than I expected. I didn't think how this team was gonna be that good. So we've only lost on Thursdays. We lost to the Nets by 4, the Seattle Supersonics by 3, and the Bucks by 3. So we've lost by a combined of 10 points, 3 games. Let's take a look at some of those. So Magic's our leading scorer. We got 3 guys with double-doubles, 1 with a triple-double. Karl Malone's our lowest scorer. That's insane. He should be our highest scorer. Larry Johnson, 27-17. Karl Malone averaging, he's fouling out like pretty easy. I think it's because he's so, he's not good at guarding big men. Yeah, he's fouling out again. Whoa, you seen that? Mark Price with 23 dimes, 20 assists. Okay, so what I need to do here is go to my game plan. I need to put Karl Malone at power forward. I'm gonna put Magic at center. Now Magic played center in the finals when Kareem got hurt, and he did awesome in his rookie year. So Magic Johnson is our new center. Karl Malone's our 4. Larry Johnson bumped down to the 3. We only have 3 losses, but Karl Malone can help us more if he's not at center. So let's go through the All-Star break and see how different this team looks. I think we should probably get a couple more wins. So we lost by 2 to the Heat. So we have 4 losses by 12 points total. And then we lost another game by 1 point. So 5 losses, 13 points. Oh, we got blown out there. Our 6 lost by 5, so it's 6 losses, 18 points. We're losing by an average of 3 points a game. And then we lost the Suns game by 99, by 15. So 7 losses by 33 points. That's just under 5 points, just over like 4.5 points a game. So that's really good. We lost to Jeff Hornacek and Danny Marley. Karl Malone doing better, but he still fouled out, but he still did better. Larry Johnson, now at our power forward role, not doing as good. But Magic and Mark Price doing good, 5 steals. We lost by 1 here, what happened? Yeah, just whoever's at our center, they foul out because they're so small. Yeah, Magic fouling out there. Maybe we put Larry Johnson at center so we can have our 2 good players not foul out and we just sacrifice Larry Johnson to the Wolves. I think that's what we do. We just throw Larry Johnson to the Wolves. It's a sacrifice play for the good of the team. Let's go about another month here. I don't think we're gonna take any L's here. I think this might be the best lineup we can go with. We're 57-8. Let's go right before the end of the year in case we need to make some adjustments, but I think we're not gonna lose anymore. Oh. Just as I said, we lose 2 in a row. So, you know, that always happens, that I just talk about losing and we lose. Larry Johnson, yeah, so whoever's our center is just gonna have a tough time. These guys need to pick it up in scoring. What is going on? Why can't we score the ball? Karl Malone averaging 15-8, only shooting the ball 9 times. Gotta do better than that. So let's simulate through the regular season. What? Karl Malone got MVP. This guy, every game we lost is the only ones we looked at, and he did bad in all of them. So I guess in the wins he did really good. He averaged 24.5, almost 13 rebounds, 4.5 assists on 60% shooting. Didn't shoot a 3-pointer and shot 75% from the line. That's pretty good, but MVP, I don't know about that. Larry Johnson was Rookie of the Year, our guy. 19 and 12, 5 assists. That's incredible. As a rookie, holy cow. And we threw him to the Wolves. So we have our 2 awards already. Defense Player of the Year is David Robinson. Deadlift Shrimp was 6th Man of the Year. Most Improved Player, Doug West. This guy looks crazy, like an actual psychopath. Phil Jackson, Coach of the Year. That's us. 72 and 10 is what we finished with. And we were number 1 in the power ranking. Jake Hart. It's our guy. The first team All-NBA of I think it was like 82 or something. Could have been 1982. 1992, Clyde Drexler, Michael Jordan, our Karl Malone, Scottie Pippen, who's on the Magic because we had to trade him for Nick Anderson. So we got 2 actual Bulls. That sounds about right for the first team All-NBA. Second team, our Mark Price, our Magic Johnson, and then 2 Hawks on there. Oh, that's surprising. Our rookie Larry Johnson is on the 3rd team. So it's at 1, 2, 3, 4. So we only got 1 guy who didn't make it. And that was Nick Anderson. That's all right. All defensive. Do we get any all defensive? I don't think we will. Oh, we got 2. Nick Anderson and Karl Malone. 6'9", 265. 6'6", 228, built like Joe Johnson. And all rookie first team, you already know the boy. That puts us as the 1 seed in the playoffs. If you think we're gonna win the championship, drop a subscription right now. Please vote me on. Let's see. I think we're gonna win it. Because I mean, we only lost 10 games. Before we get into the playoffs, let's look at a couple stats though. We were by far the best team in the league. We were the best team by 15 games. We averaged almost a league high at 115 points a game, and we had the best defense in the league at 95 points per game, winning by almost 20 a game. The league's leading scorer was Dominique Wilkins, Clyde Drexler, Michael Jordan, and our Mark Price. Our Mark Price at 5th in the league at 25 points per game. The rebound leaders, no surprise, was Dennis Rodman and Patrick Ewing. Dennis Rodman by a lot though. Our Karl Malone and Larry Johnson right up there, 12.8 and 12. Assist leader was John Stockton, of course, and then followed up closely by our Magic Johnson and Mark Price, who was 10.6. Mark Price had a heck of a season. That guy had to get a couple MVP votes. Our steals, Mark Price right up there at 2 a game. Michael Jordan with the field goal percentage leader of the year, 61.8%. That's incredible. Karl Malone up there, 59.5. Mark Price was the best 3-point shooter in the league at 53%. The dude shot over 50% from 3. And he led the league in free throw percentage. Wait, Mark Price really is the MVP. He's the best player in the league statistically. So I think we sweep the Pistons in the first round. We did. We beat them in 3 games. Oh, it was best of 5 back then. We got the Cavs in round 2. There might be a problem there because we're not very big, but we're up 3-0 and we sweep them. And we got the Boston Celtics who we draw, and we're gonna sweep them? I think we sweep these guys. Whoa, what's the box score like? Larry Bird going off. Nick Anderson doing his thing. Karl Malone. Wow, okay, so we're gonna sweep Boston and go to the finals. Maybe not. An evenly scored game. Karl Malone went off. Mark Price doing his thing, being the best player in the league. And we get to the finals, where we face the Portland Trail Blazers and Clyde Drexler, who just beat Michael Jordan in the Utah Jazz. And Michael Jordan in the closeout game when they lost by 4, but he had 49 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists on 29 shots. He tried to do his best to did all he could do to go win that game, but he came up short. How does this affect LeBron's legacy? A lot of people are asking. I'm sure it's gonna be on all the talk shows. How does Michael Jordan losing in Game 7 to Clyde Drexler affect LeBron's legacy? You'll see next time on Undisputed. However, Game 1 of the finals is upon us. The Chicago Bulls, led by Mark Price and Karl Malone, and don't forget Magic Johnson. And against these Portland Trail Blazers, let's see Game 1. We take that by a score of 17 points. Mark Price, the best player in the NBA. Will he take us to Game 2? A victory again. Mark Price absolutely dominating these guys, and they only won by 2 though. All right, we lost. Karl Malone, Mark Price falling off a little bit there, but Karl Malone trying to keep us afloat. Even though we lost Game 4, the Bulls win it. Who's our leading scorer? Karl Malone doing his thing. Mark Price might have ran out of gas, but he got us 2 wins. I believe we're going to win it here and only lose 1 game in the playoffs. If you hit the subscribe button, I appreciate you so much, and you really helped us along to get this championship. And we win 109 to 102. Our finals MVP is Karl Malone, who was the MVP of the regular season. He had 32.5 points, 17.5 rebounds, and almost 4 assists on 63% shooting in the finals for finals MVP. And I thank you for watching this video and sticking around to the end. Please drop that subscribe button, like this video. If you want to see more videos like this, I will do them. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.